Hello, my name is Swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the boker bushcraft knife. It's made for the boker plus line. That basically say it's a made in China product. The lower price range. They did offer more and more designs in that knife range, and some of them are pretty good. But let's look at the boker that we have in front here. I did wait a couple months now to get that. I got a bit more into bushcraft here in USA because we have all those forest and land to live off. So I was a bit less into tactical mode and more into bushcraft, survival knife items, and somehow at the SHOT Show and at the Blade Show I was too busy to have a look closer at that knife. First we see here is the box. It comes with a white cover on the box. I took that already off. Pretty nice box with some foam. Then we see a generic paper, German and English, that you can register and about the warranty, and yeah, French and Spanish. So, and here we see the product, the silica gel. Let's go first with the fire starter. Box is pretty nice. Fire starter is just not what we expect for this traditional bushcrafter knife. It's basically aluminum rod. One side you have the compass in it. Works pretty good. I did test it out. It is correct mounted, and on the other side you can unscrew it, and there is a thicker size ferro rod to scratch on with this device here. One side is grinded to remove the paint, so you can the usual way scratch it, or basically what you should do is not scratch like this and hit the fire. You should hold it and push that back. So that's just as a sample how I do it. But there is no rubber seal. I put a little bit of O-ring on it, but it's too small. It needs a bit a bigger one so that the item holds together. So that's unfortunately already the first point that I don't like for me personally. This video is personal, so if you like what you see, that's pretty good, and go for it. Absolute great. I would like to have this part on the side of the sheet, you know, a smaller version of a fire starter like that is by the original bushcraft knife, where this is a copy from. So the sheet is leather. How it looks is made in China, of course. The riveting and the stitching is as to be expected. This knife did cost me good $40 as a dealer, so that was to be expected. Inside we see, quite likely with the camera you don't see it, there is the rivet heads are on the inside. They are already rusty, and we may see the glue there a bit, how that looks. So yeah, it is how it is. I just wish the fire starter would have been on the side of the sheet and not the cutout, that it would be just square and finish. But the belt loop makes pretty good impression. It's big enough. Looks pretty sturdy. Now to the knife itself. Now this side here I did already alter, so don't look at it. It's basically that side here that is a factory made by on the handle side. Let's start first with the handle. The pins or rivets, or how you want to name it, should be supposedly the loveless style. So basically we see a two-color part in the middle. The big part is silver color, quite likely aluminum, I'm not sure yet, and the outside part is brass. It's like a brass tubing, like the brass tubing in here. So usually it's the opposite. The thin brass part is thicker than, or the same thick as the middle aluminum. Why? Because there is the thread. There is the thread. Basically the middle part, the silver part, is a screw outside threaded, and the brass part is like a nut. Is like a nut inside threaded. Where the thread is here, how that, as best as I see, that is just a two-color pin that goes straight through. I'm not gonna remove the handle here. I'm just saying, quite likely should that give the fake impression that that is a loveless rivet, loveless screw system. So the Chinese just got the simple way and made it two-color a bit with a pin. With the aluminum that did fit into a brass tubing, because there is no thread possible. That's just the technical side. Why should that be a loveless pin? Because basically the hole that goes all the way through has a certain size, but the hole that is on part, not all the way through on the grip, gives you like a nut to press together the scales, so they will not, or will less likely come off. If you just have a straight through pin that is glued into place, you know, like tubing would be that is a good example. The tubing goes straight through, just like the tubing, but fill it up with the aluminum rod, so it just goes straight through and finish. Well, that's less of a durable solution. So I did not use the knife yet. I just, about a week ago I got it. So I did cut a little bit, but I did not hit it with buttoning and all that. So I cannot say how well it lasts. Usually like this, it holds pretty good with a good glue, if the area was clean as they glue it and all. So, which unfortunately most of the time the factories in China are really dusty and dirty, so it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, but yeah, we will see. Would have been nice to have the original loveless rivets. So, and then the next point, the tubing here, the edges are pretty sharp, so if you put a lanyard straight to the hole, it's gonna fray. So take the time and with a file or another tool, remove the sharp edges on the tubing. So hopefully it will not eat up your lanyard and that you lose the knife. Then the handle material is micarta. How it looks, it's polished, because they did polish all over the handle. That is pretty nice made. They did not mess up with the grind too much, but look how sharp the edges are from the grip. If we see it. Hopefully the camera can focus in. If we see again, look on the top, on the now top grip, not on the bottom. The bottom is already rounded. So we see here the line, and on the bottom even more the line where you have your fingers. If you hold it, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. They should have rounded off way more, and with cheap labor in China, they could have rounded off more. What the good point is, and that's on the other side, I did already round a little bit off. There is more gonna come because I'm still gonna keep that knife. If you know a bit how, cover up the blade with a tape and with a file or whatever you have for tools, round it off more. Here and here, sand it a bit, and as I say, the lanyard hole, of course. Then you get it really comfortable. I did that on this side to already get the feeling of my hand. I'm right-hander usually, so that I already get the feeling how nice that would be, and it's really worth it. It's really worth it to do that. So after the video, as I find the time, I'm gonna finish on the other side too, to have it really round. Now that's the handle. The handle size and all is pretty nice. I have rather large hands, works good for me. Is nice. Gonna work as it's rounded off. It's gonna work. It's just the corners. Now to the grind. The blade is 440C. That is pretty good, as it is stainless steel, and if it's heat treated well, that works. You see it's pretty bright polished, but if you look closer on the edge, it's not a Scandi grind. I know in China they have a hard time to do a Scandi grind, but for a replica like this they should be taught how to do that, to make a zero bevel edge and not a two bevel like this. So basically they did cheat completely. They did do just a small bevel, small grind, flat grind, and then heat treat it, and then just do a secondary bevel for cutting. It cuts pretty well. I did test it a little bit out already for whittling and paper and all. It's surprisingly well, but it is never as well as it will be after I did regrind it to a true zero Scandi edge. So if you have somebody, or if you can do it yourself without messing up the heat treat, if you can regrind the blade to a Scandi grind, and you need to grind it because at least on this sample the angle that this secondary bevel has is already that steep. You need to grind it. You cannot go, I mean, I would not go on the diamond stone or whatever and do that by hand, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, you can try it and wear it down over the time, but for me it's easier to regrind it, and then we have what we actually wanted from start. So this on the other side, of course, the same. It's on both sides the same. The blade itself is a bit pointy in my books, but that will work out. So yeah, about the fit. One thing, as I just saw it now, as that knife did come from China, somehow, I mean, that was bad luck. You see what I'm talking about. We had already a bit of damage here. That can happen, and something that hit it was really hard. So let's see if the yes, camera can see it. You see the point is damaged really bad. It's damaged really bad, the point there. It whatever it hit it hard. But for me that is peanuts. I gonna fix that. I'm just saying Would be nice if that would not damage the box and all, but that was just plain bad luck that quite likely nobody else has. Just how this sample here is. With the fit in the sheet, as we put it in, we need to bend it a bit, and then of course it's brand new, goes in like this. Fits pretty good. There's a friction fit there, so that is pretty good. It's a bit crooked, but that's okay. What I gonna do is, after fix up the knife, I'm gonna keep it. That is first point. I'm gonna keep it and use it. After fixing up the handle and the blade, the regrind, I'm gonna do a Kydex sheet, one of my own swissbianco Kydex sheet for it, not for resale, just one for myself. And there I'm gonna do the traditional square style, and also do the loop for the smaller fire starter device there, and then I keep it the leather sheet, and that part quite likely I gonna give away. So basically, yeah, I did expect more. If I would have see that knife at the, if I would have take the time and see that knife at the blade show or shot show, I quite likely would not have buy it, because as I do the rework on the handle, the sheet and the blade, I could actually make pretty much make a new knife from scratch. So for now we have it. I still like it. And I gonna fix it up, and then maybe one day, as I see somebody in need, I gonna give it away after a test, after a bit using it. We will see how that goes. But yeah, boker, the German people could have do a little bit different in my opinion. Save on the box. The bushcraft people, as best as I say, they don't care about the box. A smaller, more economical packaging would have worked way better, and that, yeah, $5 or $3.50, how much that box was in China, would have be better spent on the knife to give it a more rounded handle, and the $5 or $4 on that device here would have been spent better with additional traditional belt, the loop for the fire starter device. They make such fire starter devices in China as well, so that would have been simple to make that, and then it would be pretty nice together with a Scandi grind, of course. That's the main problem. I was expecting a Scandi grind, but unfortunately the nice pictures that the distributor had as I ordered, you did not see exactly how the grind looks, so I did get a bit fooled or over enjoyed about the look of the knife and the price of the knife, and I think, yeah, that's pretty good and all, but yeah. But anyways, after a rework we gonna fix it. But if you are interested in this knife and you don't have the skill set, you need to decide to if it's worth it or not. You need to decide. Another video from me is the Condor bushcraft knife, the bush lore copy. So have a look on that video as well. And there is so many options now out there that you are really it's really up to you, whatever you wanna buy. That much about the boker bushcraft knife.